Howdy, hold up, homies. Before we jump in, I want to thank everybody that's donated so far. Bunch of hot names for some hot humans. And if you're feeling generous and want to toss a coin to your Witcher, hit me up in my bio or wherever you see a little linky link to my PayPal, and I will continue to do these things every weekday while we get through this. And it sounds like we're going to have a lot more weekdays to get through. So please, if you can, throw a little something this way, and I'll just keep getting weird from here in this. What color is this? I mean, I know it's white, but like, is it an eggshell? Is it like a dove? A little Cloud9 from Benji Moore? Like, I wish I had a more eclectic color scene, but white walls are usually the best according to smart people. Interior decorators say it makes the room look bigger and brighter. However, psychologists say that it can cause fatigue because it underdemands the perceptive sense. Basically, color and diversity is more interesting because nature, so your eyes get bored if it's not around. And since there's nothing for your eyes to do, you're going to get a lot of after images looking around, which is, well, I mean, that's that weird silvery shadow thing that happens when you close your eyes real fast. But if you're high enough, it's actually ghosts. So it's not always the best choice of paint, white. And since we've been spending a lot of time recently watching it dry, I figured we should figure out just what the hell its deal is. Humans, you've been painting since the Stone Age. Mucking up Mother Nature's walls with your ground up ochre and charcoal. She's a saint for not slapping your ass out of the cave sooner. Around 40,000 years ago, you started using color, making paint with blood and roots and sap and berry juices, like a smoothie made by Hannibal Lecter. Iron oxide pigments were all the hotness and rage, and we know this because they found prehistoric mining trails by the famous Lascaux caves in France, which means even 25,000 years ago, you were still pulling outlet mall road trips, but it was for crafting. In order to make this work, you learned how to mix the powdery goodness with something heavier, like spit or pee or animal fat. And yeah, it was the grossest country time flavor ever, but the combo made the colors stick to the cave wall. Eventually, the Egyptians started using egg yolks and beeswax, which was much tastier. After mixing and matching different powdered things and binders, like a weird Kool-Aid party, the Greeks came along and started using something made from a rock called hydroceracite, and they created white paint, which became the rage. Unfortunately, hydroceracite is lead, so they didn't just invent hospital chic, they created lead paint, and that was just a whole big clusterfuck. It's honestly very depressing. Google it later. It's also important to note that just because all the Greek sculptures you see are whiter than a mayonnaise sandwich, it doesn't mean they weren't hip to colors. Turns out, even though they'd invented white, they were super into polychrome sculptures, which is basically you paint the thing like the kits you get from the dollar store and never finish. And a lot of the original Greek sculptures actually look like they could at least place in RuPaul's Drag Race, but that paint wasn't super strong, and it was mostly eggs and poison. So it flaked off over time, and when the sites were uncovered, people thought the Greeks were just super into curves. So then in the Renaissance, artists and architects started a movement dedicated to form over color, thinking they were honoring the original Greek concept, but it was a lie. It was all a lie. What is real? The real is that you have been painting as long as you've been humans, preserving your history and yourselves all this time. Literally, because like during the Industrial Revolution, paint was used to keep things from rusting and homes from rotting. Unfortunately, you all were still into that Greek lead paint, and well, it's just fucking sad. Anyway, that's why it's so bright in here, but I'm still fucking bored.